Guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. This is going to be a quick video. I got quite a few questions on liquid chalk markers. I've done a couple reviews for a couple companies, and a lot of you are asking, how do they become permanent? How do we use them in our mixed media? How do we use them in our art journal without them smearing or anything like that? So and I've been asked that about watercolor and pastels and all that. So I thought I'd kind of wrap it up in one video. Now, I do mixed media. That's my favorite thing to do. I do it in my art journal. I do it on canvas. I do it everywhere. So for me, I'm not so set in my ways for things to maybe stay the same as I put them down, if that makes sense. I do understand that a lot of you do want it that way, and maybe you don't always do grunge or anything like that. So I'm going to show you a couple things that I do. So this is just chalk markers. Now this is black paint that I did a alcohol ink technique on with alcohol. I made a faux technique, right? So I'm going to take... Let me take some orange, because I know a few of you asked if, you could write over dark surfaces. And look, you can. Look how nice that is. So you can see. And these have reversible nibs as well, so you can turn it around. Both the sets that I did have that, so you can see. So that definitely goes on there. Definitely goes on your hands, but if I don't have paint or anything on my hands, then what am I doing? Not doing it right. So yeah, so you can definitely write over darker pages with that. Now, let's go here. So I'm going to do, let's just do something real easy. Real easy. We're just going to do a face, right? I'm not doing a pretty face. I'm just doing a face. I'm just doing some scribble. I want to lay color down. I'm going to lay another color down so you can see. Let's do yellow and blue, and then we'll move on. We'll do yellow hair. Come on, baby. Come out. Okay, yellow doesn't want to be too friendly, but I think you can see it on there. And then some blue will do, some eyebrows, right? You're seeing what I'm saying. Okay. Little neck. And that's all we're going to do. So we're going to give that a second to dry. Now, here is my suggestion. You can use and I've used it a million times, but it's very, very expensive, and you can't buy it in your art stores around me and apparently around a lot of you. I use the Fix Pastel Fixative. It's natural. It's odor-free. I use this quite a bit because you can use it for pastel, pencil, charcoal, watercolor, pencil, chalk, anything that's not fixed down permanently, like acrylic or permanent markers. And this is from SpectraFix.com. You guys can get this on Amazon. It is a little bit expensive. So I know a lot of you cannot use a coupon or afford it. My main thing that I do when I'm doing canvases or things like that, this is probably my third can of this bad boy. It is Krylon Workable Fixative. Now, this is a spray. You don't want to necessarily do it on your kitchen table. You want to take it on the outside in the yard, the balcony, outside, wherever. And if you don't have a place like that, when you go for a drive, when you go to your doctor's appointment, when you go to your grocery store or whatever, take it with you. And before you get in your car to leave, lay your stuff down on the ground, put a towel or an old towel or something, and then spray it there. And it's outside, it's in the air, it's not going to bother you. And then you can put it inside your car and take it home, and you did what, because I know a lot of you live in apartments and you don't necessarily have yards, or you don't get out of the house a lot. There's different ways that you can do this. You can get this at AC Moore, at Michael's, at all of those, and you can use a coupon, and which is the best way to do it. I love that, and you can use it on chalk and everything else. So here I go really quickly. This is my chalk, and you know what else I'm going to do? Because I got asked about watercolor as well with this fixative, I'm going to do a little bit of watercolor here. And we're just gonna do this. Nothing too fanciful, just laying color down so it dries. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna do a real quick dry of the paint. Again, watercolor. Yeah. Just trying to get that middle done a little bit. Not going to worry. I'll dab up if I need some. And then I'm going to take paper towel, just a small piece, and I'm going to lay it on these just to get up any extra water. And then I'm going to take my spray. I'm going to hold it far away, and I'm going to spray it. Okay. Now, I'm going to set it aside for a minute. Now I'm going to take my Pastels. Let me grab them. I'm just going to grab a couple colors. I'm not going to worry too much. And yes, you can use this spray with your sprays, your acrylic sprays that aren't permanent, dilutions and all that. If you get your painting or your art journal page or whatever the way you want it, you can use either of these. The Affix or and they have other brands and stuff like this. You just want Workable Fixative. Which means I'm going to fix that page that I just did. That will become permanent underneath, and I can work on top of it to add more stuff. If you want me to do a mixed media video where I use the Workable Fixative and how I use it, I will be glad to do so. Okay, so these are pan pastels. These are the metallic colors. I'm not worrying too much what I'm using. I'm just going to show you how it can be permanent. Or get fixed, I should say. Okay. We have that. And I don't have any of my sponges here, so I'm just going to use this bad boy. And I'll just go in a little bit with that. And I'm going to just use it. And I lay my, on top of the little crumbs because those crumbs are color. Right? It's just being crummy. So I just go over it. Alright, so you can see that's my pan pastel. Don't know why my color's blowing out like that. And then let's use copper. Now I have this wonderful, let's see if I can do it here. Alright, I'm going to leave that. Might be a little thick, might be better for sprays, but I'm just going to go in. I'm not going to do that, it's too thick. I was going to do a stencil type thing, but I don't have anything sitting here I can really use. Alright, I'm going to use my Punchinella and just lay down a color. And you can see you got your Punchinella there. So you definitely can use your stencils with it. Okay, so we have that. And then I'm going to cover this because I don't want to spray it. And I'm going to use and it's not permanent. It runs. You can see it's blowing out and going everywhere. See, it's smearing. So now I'm going to take this and shake it a little bit. Give it a quick little once over. And I'm going to lay it over there. And then when they're dry, I will be back to show you what we do next. Okay. All right. So we have our pan pastels and we have our chalk and our watercolor. Now, I'm going to take an eraser because pan pastels will erase with a regular eraser. And I'm going to go right through the middle and let's see what happens. And that ain't coming off. And I'm going to show you how it does. So you don't think I'm pulling your leg. Or I don't want you to think that I'm trying to get one over on you. Alright, so I have my thing here. We'll do it right here. So you see. Okay. That's right there. And alright, now let's take it through. Look at that. Like magique. Magique, right? So that's what happens when you don't seal it. Right? Not coming off. Let's do it here. Now that smeared a little bit. That sure did, didn't it? So I might have, okay, it's not smearing everywhere, just right there. Let me erase the whole thing so you can see. So you see it doesn't really go anywhere. That must have been a little bit that I might have missed, which is okay. I wasn't going crazy on my desk, but you definitely can see this is the gold. It's not going anywhere. Now that's not going anywhere. This, however, will go somewhere. So that's the pan pastel after it was with the Workable Fixative. Now let's go to the faces with the chalk markers. All right, one second. Let me just try to clean off my eraser here because I got some goop on it. Okay. All right then. That's good enough. Okay, so this is the watercolor. And I'm trying to erase. It's not doing anything. Of course, I'm going to wet it. I'm trying to erase this. Okay, it's not doing anything but leaving me, how you say, eraser boogers? I don't know what to call them. Okay, so we see that so far. Now let's take some water, shall we? I have a paintbrush. Let's go over our watercolor. Now it's lifting a teeny bit, and it could be that I have a dirty brush because I'm not, let's face it, I'm not the cleanest when it comes to my water, but you can see you're still getting your base of what you have. And let's go to the chalk. And the chalk is not lifting. Look at that. I'm scrubbing. And the only thing that's coming out, my brush must be dirty because that's what's coming up here. Let's see if I can find a better brush. Yeah, see, that's dirty water, Kelly. But you can see, scrubbing here. Look at that. Nothing. So, yes, the watercolor did, I just saw that. The watercolor did go up a little bit. All right, but you still see, you still have very vibrant in all colors. So, you can always spray it again if you find that it does run. And that's, I mean, that's basically it. You can use, like I said, the Spectra Fix, but you definitely can go to AC Moore, Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, and use your coupon. Blitzy sometimes has it as well. I'm going to put Blitzy's link down below. Go check it out. They have everything from paints, acrylic and watercolor and gouache, and they have sewing stuff and knitting stuff and crocheting stuff and mixed media stuff and card making stuff, and they have those oh, what's his name? Ken Oliver Color Bursts. They have sewing stuff. They have stamps. They have stencils. They have paints. They have brushes. They have pencils. They have markers. They have, you see what I'm saying? They have all kinds of stuff. They have great videos on there. So please click the link down below. Go check them out. And that's about it. So this Krylon Workable Fixative, you definitely can find other fixatives, I'm sure, but this is what I use. This is how I keep it from not smearing when I do things that are not permanent. So you can definitely use your chalk markers in your mixed media or your art journal in any way that you want. You can use them with stencils and all that kind of fun stuff. So I love you guys so very much. I want to thank you so much for watching. Let me have a thumbs up if you like these kind of things. I love showing all kinds of things that we can do to save money and to use our products in different ways than they were intended. And I love you guys, and you guys just make me so very happy. And as always, please be kind to each other because you never know what battle somebody else is fighting. And just thank you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.